Come here, girl. This is my new puppy. We named her Cersei. She was given to me while I was shooting the documentary, Public Enemy #1. She's a full-blooded blue tick hound, and she is so sweet and so smart. She eats at the table with me. She has manners even. All right, I got a 2-page, actually 3-page paper. Once again, I've jotted down a few things to address y'all, but let's not get too formal again. All right, Walt Disney World, Volume 3, will come out after my court date. We're still working on that. Most of my time's been in the swamps making a documentary, American Amazon, The Dying Breed. So we haven't had a whole lot of time to even think about the Discovery Island episode 3 yet. I always think in the future instead of in the past. Scrap the past and go forward. The happiest place in the world. I just like going to it when they're not open during COVID-19. Luckily, I've already taken my daughter to Disney World before I got a life ban for the place. And who wouldn't have wanted to go and have it all to themselves? But when we were there, just driving through there, we were getting pulled over by different security guards, and they're like, "You can't even be driving through here. They definitely can't have cameras." My girlfriend said, "There's no way that you're going to be able to, get on this island or even get a foot on any of this property." And I said, "You want to bet? Don't ever tell me I can't do something, number one." So that just lit a fire under me even more. Even with a broken ankle, I made it out there. But I've been shooting a documentary that's coming out real soon. It's called The American Amazon, The Dying Breed. And it's gonna show the whole world that you're all being lied to. And I've got proof of some headline news stuff all around the world that y'all are very aware of right now. I don't wanna spoiler alert it, but I found things in this swamp that's gonna just blow y'all away. I've been in gator infested, mosquito infested, snake infested swamps for like 3 or 4 weeks now. Days dragged together out there, pulling all-nighters, running on pure adrenaline. And I'm gonna take a break from that, and I'm gonna head to something cool. You're gonna like it. I've always had a thing for islands, as you can tell. I lived on one for 3 months down in Keys. It's called Money Key. It's off the 7-mile bridge in between Marathon and Bay of Honda. It's a little island, coconut trees on it. The best diving in the world. I used to love going there during lobster season and catching the spiny lobsters. And I went down there with $500 in my pocket and stayed and lived like a king up until when Hurricane Katrina came through there. And that's when they dubbed me the name Southern Pirate. The Coast Guard wanted me to leave the island. I was gonna ride it out, me and a friend of mine. And it took them some convincing to get me off the island because we were friends. I mean, all the Coast Guard knew me. I'd been down there 3 months. When they ended up presenting me with a flag I still have today, they said they'd taken it from a Somalian pirate ship, and I have it framed in my house to this day. It's one of my most prized possessions. But I got some stuff coming out real soon. When I'm taking a break from shooting the American Amazon, I'm gonna go around, and this is world news stuff that y'all been hearing about on the news that I'm gonna explore. I've always wanted to go anyway. And during COVID, I'm having my opportunity. It's very dangerous. I'm dealing with some super, super evil people. But like I said, we all live, but who truly ever really lives? And everybody dies. But I'm gonna ask yourself this: have you ever truly lived? Do something every day It's going to take you out of your comfort zone. I'm not saying break the law. If it doesn't affect anybody, is what I'm saying. Do things that fills you full of good and brings up your spirit. That's what I chase, the adrenaline after doing these things. Unfortunately, I didn't have a camera for, a great portion of my life. So y'all are catching the tail end of this. A doctor looked at my x-ray not long ago and he said, for 30 minutes, I looked at the back of his head while he looked at my x-rays. And I thought he was asleep. He's an older gentleman. I said, excuse me, doctor, is everything okay? He said, son, it's a wonder you're even able to walk. So after I get back from shooting this extremely dangerous, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little hint, an island. After I get back from shooting that and finish shooting the American Amazon, I'm gonna go ahead and have some surgeries I've been putting off for years. Migraine headaches are starting to affect me every day of my life, so I gotta get this fixed. Not to worry, but yeah, like I said, I wrote all these pages out to address y'all, but in a sense of being formal. Just touch a few topics about Discovery Island. I can't put it on my channel. So we're building my private domain YouTube website. We're going to put that on there. It shows what I was doing there. With an island called Rise Island, Pirates Island, Treasure Island. Me being dubbed the Southern Pirate for the Coast Guard. I mean, I had to hit this place. I mean, it was in the cards. I wouldn't have ever been able to say I truly lived without going there. I've always had a thing for like remote places, and recently we're in one of the most remote areas left in the United States right now. I'm doing a documentary that y'all are gonna love. It's close to my heart, and I've applied for my exotic animal handler's license and also endangered animal handler's license, so I can, if I ever do catch another world record snapper, that's like this one right here. This is the biggest I've ever caught. I was in my early 20s when I caught this one. This one right here had a 12.5-inch head. My hand's 10.5 inches wide, and his head was close to 13 inches wide. That was a 207-pound beast there. So after one, we believe 300 pounds. And when I catch him, I want to be able to bring him out of the swamp and have him officially weighed. So I'm going to the state right now to get the permit required to do it right. And also, while I was in these areas that are really hard to get to, and they're so far off the grid, if you get hurt out there, you can just go ahead and say your prayers and get right with your higher power and just listen to the nature, and hopefully you have a good set of stars to look at. But Jesus was a fisherman, so me and him would have been good friends. So I know where I'm going. But while I was out there, I ran across this shell. There's a female alligator snapper, and I've got the dental imprints of a sure enough man-eater alligator. 10.5-inch hand width. There's this top 2 holes in its shell, and it goes all the way down to here. So anybody knows anything about alligators knows that's from here to here. That's a big boy. And it's been a long time since I've run across a gator that's struck my interest, and this one's one. He's real smart. He's only let me see him one time. But when I get that animal handler's license, I'm going to catch him alive and sell him to a zoo. Gator season, all these guys get these tags and they're brand new bass boats and all the brand new camo, and they go up in here and they don't do their scouting, and they don't ever fill tags or sure enough records. They're lucky to get an 8-10 footer. they don't do their scouting weeks in advance to know where these big ones are. They get their tag, they shoot out there in one night, and they think they're gonna get a trophy. It don't work like that. And don't get me wrong, I've got some racks and stuff. This is my first deer. He's nothing special, but I don't mount animals anymore. This shell right here is very old. This is before they were considered endangered animals. And I found this other one, but this one right here, I found this one in the swamp bottom of a dried up lake. What happens if they dry up for too long, they'll die buried in the mud. And a 100-pounder will have an 8-inch wide head. And then this one right here is a 45-pound female that would belong to the shell right there. And then that one right there went to this shell right here. It was a male. Males' heads are a little bit wider. But when they get big like the one in this picture, their heads start rounding off. They don't have that V shape anymore. And that's the one we're after right now. There's actually two that we're after. One is the white, and then the other one we nicknamed him Greenback, because he lives in a lake that's so secluded it doesn't have water flow coming and going from it, but it's in the midst of the American Amazon, in the heart of the 260,000 acres. It's where in the journals of DeSoto, he even spoke about some of these areas. And there's some trees back there that are the size of redwoods, these cypress trees. There's one we named the Greenback, and he's every bit of 250 to 300 pounds as well. And I don't want to just have to catch them and video them and then have to release them. I want to bring these things out and have them verified weight and actually hold the world record. In order to do that, I met with them last week, and I got a couple more meetings with the conservationists. They have no idea where this spot is and wouldn't be able to get to it if their lives depended on it. It's just, you got to go in for miles with a mud boat, and then you got to walk the rest of the way. So that's why he was able to get this big. He's in an area that's never been even harvested. The wood in this area hasn't even been harvested. There's trees that are still virgin since the earth was young. And this is kind of like the place time forgot. And that's why I had to go to Discovery Island too. That's one reason I went, because the movie Jurassic Park is loosely based off of that island. That's where they got the inspiration for the movie. Disney World didn't want them to tell that, but that is the actual reason of the movie. So I had to go. I had to lay eyes on it myself. I can look at people's YouTube, Matt Sansois videos. As far as I'm concerned, he's the only one that's ever been there that mattered to me. I heard that Shane Perez went, and Nomius, they took some pictures. Props to y'all guys too. Y'all swim. I respect that. But these big YouTubers that use other people's footage, not into that. That doesn't excite me in the least. Nor does catching alligator snapping turtles under restaurant piers. That's like catching a fish in a barrel. You know who did that? And he only got a 124-pounder with submersible submarines and all that technology. If I had half the funding as that guy did, I'd already have two that make him shit his pants. But I'm not going to mention any of these guys' names. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The Discovery Island gig, everybody, they got credit for it, and none of that directed back to my channel. Y'all got plenty of hits, made y'all's videos jump up another million. And I've already had one video stolen from me years ago. It's called Monster in the River, and it got 4 million hits, and I didn't get any credit for that on my channel as well. And I just now got my channel up to 1 million, a couple hundred thousand. But when they took my video called Monster in the River, they could have just given me credit. You know, they could have. And you know, I'm not gonna cry about spilled milk. Scrap that shit. I'm going forward with some new things. And I got some big plans ahead of us right now. Some things that's gonna really excite y'all. So y'all stay tuned. I've been working real hard on this documentary coming out, The American Amazon. And like I said, I found some things in the swamp that's gonna make front page news. I'm just gonna show y'all this whole world's been lied. Y'all been lied to by the world. And the Indians knew this. And that's why they were, Geronimo, for instance, was able to fight in the Plains War until he was 65, because these natural herbs, like the chanterelle mushroom, the coral mushroom, and I just realized what a turkey tail is. Walked over it my whole life and didn't know it's an anti-cancer fighter. So I'm still learning too, and I seek knowledge on the daily. And when a man thinks he's realized he's learned it all, he's a fool, because you never learn, you never stop learning. I like to experience and learn and grow. And Rip Thorn, my mom calls me Rip Thorn as a nickname, and there's a whole story behind that I'll get into one day. It's quite a story at the least. But y'all need to check it out. It all started with this. When I was a young boy, my grandfather presented me this. He found it in the swamps. And it reminded me of the Loch Ness Monster. And ever since then, I've always been on a trail of breaking world records and finding the animals that most people have never seen. And it just, the adrenaline that I feel when I do it. Men try to duplicate adrenaline with drugs, but they haven't got the recipe right. And there's only a few people out there that really know what I'm talking about when I say adrenaline. These sick people that I'm about to do a tutorial and video about, they use something called adrenochrome. And they're selling their souls to the devil when they even consider that. But I chase the adrenaline, natural. But Southern Pirate is gonna have his license soon, where I can bring animals like this to the public and let people see what I've been catching my entire life. Monsters, dinosaurs. Thanks, Southern Pirate out. On the outside, and SPO is gonna bring you on the inside tonight. COVID-19. Apocalyptic Explorers. The first YouTuber ever to bring you inside Walt Disney World in the apocalypse while they're losing millions of dollars every day not being open. Going on weeks now, the park has been closed. Virtual ghost town. It's a mile away. Discovery Island, shrouded in secrets and death. It's a place Walt Disney World does not want anybody to step foot. And there's only been 2 other YouTubers to ever step foot on the island in 21 years. Southern Pirate Outdoors is about to bring you into the fray. I picked tonight because it's supposed to be a bad storm all day tomorrow, where I can make my break from the mainland back over there. It's a mile run the way I come in. I can get out of here under the cover of bad weather. And this is as dead as you're ever gonna see Disney World. There's not a soul in here other than cops and security guards. Anyway, let me get the hell out of this boat before it sinks completely. That's another night I spent in the woods. Bringing y'all into the fray. This is what you call the fray right here. That post over there. I live in the fray. I just want to know if it's police or if it's security. I don't know who it is. If it's security, that's not a big deal. But if it's cops out here doing this, that can be a big deal. We hope it's security fucking around with me, not cops. It's warm. It feels good on my hand. I'd sit right here if I wasn't so damn thirsty. I need some. Take my boat, take my water, leave me on an island. They don't know me very well. They don't know I'm a diver and I swim anyway. And I'm not scared of alligators. Yeah. This is insane thick right here. Is that outdated? That shows how old this place is. Look at that TV. Imagine watching a football game on that thing. Watch the UFC on that. It's like a freaking... It's like an 8-inch screen, man. That's crazy. This is littered with bones.
tastes like shit. They'll never catch me alive. I guess if they want me to die out here, they took my water. What they expect me to drink? In this tropical heat. Took my boat. All I'm doing is videotaping. I'll risk my life for this, for y'all, so y'all can see cool things. This is like the torture, where the torture chamber begins right here. Look at this fucking thing. Yeah, Disney World was up to some weird shit, y'all. No wonder they're patrolling around this island, waiting for me to die. They don't want this information to leak out. All right, I gotta keep moving. I saw the camera, but I was just too late. I saw all the other ones tonight, but I got on the island when it was pitch black dark and I didn't reach my flashlight. And they do use the cameras. Guarantee you that. Sound like a cop.